Roll out!
Hey guys, Bert the Stormtrooper here, and before we get started with the review, I wanted to tell you guys about two buddies of mine on YouTube. I want to tell you about a new review and a new channel that I'd like for you guys to go check out. The first one, my buddy Randy over at Geek World Order. He's had a channel for a while. He does some really cool stuff. He's got convention videos. He's got concert videos. He does these Ask a Geek segments that are pretty cool. He recently started doing Transformers reviews, and he's got a really neat idea. It's called Spanning the Generations, and what he's doing is he takes a G1 character and a G1 toy and compares it side by side with a modern interpretation of that same character. It's a really cool idea. He's got his first video up. It just went up last week. Please, guys, go check him out. Subscribe to him on YouTube, and also check him out on Facebook at Geek World Order. I'm going to be posting links to both down in the description below. The new channel that I want to tell you guys about is my good buddy Vindella just started a channel. And it's a channel all about Gundam stuff. It's a really cool idea that he's doing right now. He's just getting started. He's only got a couple of videos up right now. He's got some unboxing videos that he's doing of some of the kits that he's been getting in, and then he's working towards going to be putting up some progress pictures as he's building them. He's going to be doing building tips. Once the figures are completed, he's going to be doing full reviews of those figures. So he's got a lot of cool stuff coming up. And then he and I also working on some collaboration videos that we're going to be bringing soon to both of our channels. So be looking out for that. That's my buddy Vindella, new channel. So check him out. Also here on Facebook, or here on YouTube rather. Go to Facebook, and it's Exia Gundamo is the name of the page over there. And again, I'm going to put links to both the YouTube channels in the description below, and I'm also going to put links to the Facebook pages down in the description below. So guys, go check these guys out. They're good buddies of mine. They're doing some awesome stuff on YouTube and on Facebook. Give them a like, give them a subscribe, give them some comments, and I think that's about it. So why don't we head over to the table and get started with our normal review.
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. And this guy right here is kind of a follow-up to the Cybertronian Optimus Prime from the War for Cybertron video game. This guy was released in 2012 and originally retailed for around $10 to $13, again, depending on where you got him. And this guy is based on the Fall of Cybertron video game, which was the sequel to the War for Cybertron video game. So once again, we're getting a sort of a Cybertronian mode Optimus Prime here. He has changed his mode, and he has changed his robot mode some. Now this is kind of like a more of an armored truck look to him, and it's what was referred to as a fist on wheels, because I guess that's what he's supposed to look like. It's kind of like a fist on wheels here. Here in truck mode, he's approximately 4 inches long and about 2 inches tall at the top here. He's considerably smaller than the War for Cybertron version, and we'll bring this guy in right here for comparison. And as you can see, he had more of a sleek look in his previous incarnation, and now he's got more of an armored truck look. They're about at the same height. This guy's a little wider, but as you can see, he's a lot shorter than he was in his previous incarnation. And we'll see when we get to robot mode. We'll see how they compare in robot mode. But there you go. I don't know if I'd say he's smaller because he's bulkier, but he is definitely shorter. So there you go. All right, let's get that guy out of here and concentrate on this guy. This guy rolls really, really nice. I really like the look of this truck. It really does, to me, it kind of evokes a kind of a G1 Optimus Prime before he took on the Earth truck mode. It's a very armored truck looking mode with the stacks on the top here and the kind of the windows there, and I really love the way this looks. You've got the weapon up here at the top once again. You can rotate this guy around. It doesn't work too well if you want to point back unless you're shooting at some of the Seekers coming up from above, because you can't really point it down because you see the pegs here, the peg holes rather, they're at an angle, so the peg for the weapon itself is also at an angle. So, and then there's no way to plug this other one on here. So, you know, it's made so that when you're pointing forward, he's level, but if you turn it around, you're going to be pointing up at the sky. So, you know, you could say you're shooting at some seekers there, or something like that. So, but I enjoy it. That's a cool little weapon, and we'll get to that when we get to robot mode. So, let's get into the transformation. Transformation on this guy is much simpler than he was with his previous incarnation. So, let's see. I haven't played with this guy in a while, so let's learn together, kids. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split the bumpers here. And I'm just going to bring these guys up and around just to get them out of the way. I'm going to separate the legs. Now the legs here, you see these little tabs on the front part of the back of the truck here. The front part of the back of the truck, right there you go. If this is the hitch, then these tabs are on the front of the hitch. Let's call it that. And you can see these two slots on the back of the torso here. So that's where these guys were pegged into. So you can go ahead and unpeg those. Legs were pegged together there. Those can unpeg. And you can go ahead and rotate these around in a very traditional Transformers way. There you go. See how many? Can you think of how many hundreds of Transformers have that rotation for the legs? There's just so many of them. It's so common, but it works. So and then the top here, what was the hitch, what we were calling the hitch or the weapon mount. This is going to be the feet. So these are going to slide back or rotate back, and then they're going to clip into place, as you probably heard right there. And that is pretty much our legs done. Go ahead and take the front wheels here. You're going to see this part here is going to become the fist. So this whole thing is going to rotate forward, just like that. Rotate the bumper around so that the long piece is along the back of the forearm there. Turn it around and then turn the fist around so that it faces, the thumb is facing up as it should be. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Extend this, rotate the bumper, rotate the forearm, and rotate the fist, and our arms are pretty much done there. Now this part, the bottom part of the torso here, this is going to rotate forward and come into place right there. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take this top panel here, we're going to flip this open, and we're going to take our arms and we're going to rotate them up into the back just like that, and that's going to bring the head up. I don't know if you got to see that well. You take the arms and rotate them forward, up, and towards the back, just like that. The head is revealed. Take this panel on the back and bring it all the way down. It's going to clip in place, and that's going to lock the head in place. So when you bring the arms back down, the head's going to stay in place. So that is pretty much Optimus in robot mode. Now, according to the instructions, I guess his official mode is to take the tailpipes here, or the smokestacks, and rotate them in. And I've seen that a lot of people like to leave them up. This is another one of those. I think you can make this your choice. This is right here. This is the official transformation for Optimus here. But a lot of people like to leave these up in the way they were in the truck mode, and that kind of emulates Optimus's smokestacks coming up and out of the shoulders there, and that looks kind of cool there. So, but I personally like to go with the official transformation, which is that right there. And so there you have Optimus, Generations Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Now for articulation, he's got a ball joint on the head, so his head can go all over the place once again. Shoulders are on a ball joint, so you can go all the way around with the shoulders. He's also got a good in and out. And he can kind of do this little angle here with the shoulder. That's kind of cool. He's got a rotation right at the bicep there. He's got a good 90 at the elbow. Due to the transformation, actually he can go further than a 90, so he can actually do a good curl there. And again, due to transformation, you saw that he has a rotation at the waist, or at the wrist. So there you go. Again, he's doing some dumbbell curls there, so he can get buff. He can lift some weights and get buff there. He's got a rotation at the waist, which is actually an improvement from his previous version. He's got ball joints at the hips here, so you can go in and out, forward and backward. You can go all over the place with the hips. He's also got a rotation right there, right above or right below the hip, rather. So somewhere between the thigh and the hip, he's got a rotation there. So you can rotate this guy. You got a good bend at the knee there, and again, the feet are also on ball joints. So this guy has a very good range of motions. and we'll go ahead and set this guy up. We'll bring him his weapon. Again, now, for vehicle mode, we were using this peg, the one that's at an angle. And you can use that if you wish. But he's actually supposed to use this one for his robot mode. And it's kind of cool the way that goes in, because then it kind of creates a guard around his fist there. And it doesn't have a transformation, sadly, like his previous incarnation's weapon did. But at least he's got a good looking weapon. I really like the way that looks. And I'll try and stand him here and give him a good pose here. There he is. Now here in robot mode, Optimus stands approximately 5 inches tall at the head, about 5.5 if you go up here to these smokestacks. And let's see, for comparison, we'll go ahead and bring in his previous incarnation from War for Cybertron. And as you can see, like in truck mode, his previous incarnation is a little taller. Not by much. I mean, his previous mode was 6 inches tall, and this guy is 5 inches tall. So, you know, there was a lot of talk about how much smaller this guy was when he first came out, but realistically, he's not really that much smaller than this guy here. When you see them side by side, you can see that he's not really that much smaller than his previous incarnation. So, and I enjoy both of these figures. I really do love these a lot. So there he is. There is, I think that about covers Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. Please leave me some comments, give me some thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see. And I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.